if it's been a year since, hand to heart, I swear, any woman who has been divorced, in that year, you have red flags if it's not going to work. Yeah. And that really taught me a lesson today about looking out for myself, because...
Hold on to your seats because it looks like we're in for a wild ride with the Jeezy and Jeannie Mai divorce saga. This celebrity split has taken an unexpected turn, and it's playing out right in front of our eyes on social media. So here's the scoop. Jeezy, the rapper, and Jeannie Mai, the TV host, were living a seemingly happy life together. But then, out of nowhere, Jeezy blindsided Jeannie with divorce papers. Ouch, right? It's the kind of curveball that can throw anyone off balance. But hold on tight, because Jeannie Mai isn't one to take things lying down. Nope, she's fighting back, and she's not holding back any punches. She's accusing Jeezy of not just breaking her heart, but of using her and then tossing her aside like yesterday's news. It's the classic, he used me and dumped me story, and she's letting the world know how she feels. Now, Jeezy isn't staying quiet either. He's got his own side of the story, and when he fired back, it was like lighting a match in a room full of gasoline. You won't believe the real reason he's citing filing for divorce. It's a bombshell, and it's got everyone talking. Rumors started swirling that Jeannie Mai might have cheated on Jeezy. It's the kind of revelation that had people doing double takes and scratching their heads. Did she really cheat on Jeezy? It's the sort of juicy gossip that had folks speculating and gossiping like there was no tomorrow. So buckle up because this celebrity divorce drama has all the makings of a blockbuster movie.
The great thing about our love is we have flaws, but we embrace working through them. I've never had that with somebody before.
The internet has been in a complete frenzy over the past few days, all because we just got hit with the shocking news of Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's divorce. Fans everywhere are in utter disbelief because, honestly, we thought these two were on cloud nine in their marriage. There hadn't been a whisper of trouble in paradise, and that's kind of unusual in the world of celebrity relationships. Typically, we hear whispers of impending divorces weeks or even months before the actual papers are filed. But not this time. The news hit us out of nowhere. In fact, it turns out that Jeannie Mai herself didn't see it coming. She was caught completely off guard by Jeezy's decision to file for divorce. Fans were genuinely upset with Jeezy because, well, it's only basic decency to have a conversation before taking such a big step. And in this case, it seemed like he didn't even give her that courtesy. Initially, people were firmly on Jeannie's side because they saw her as the victim in this story. She didn't hold back either. She put Jeezy on full blast, accusing him of using her and then tossing her aside like a worn-out toy. It's the kind of stuff that gets people riled up and taking sides. According to an insider, Jeannie is truly heartbroken over all of this. She thought she and Jeezy were solid because she compromised on some of her personal beliefs and convictions for this relationship. Now, if you're wondering what those beliefs are, well, let me tell you. It's the sort of thing that's going to have you reaching for your teacup because we're about to spill all the juicy details. Here's a little backstory you might not be aware of. Jeezy is actually Jeannie's second husband. Her first husband was a man named Freddie R.T., and they were married for a solid 11 years before things hit the rocks. The reason behind their marriage ending was quite significant. You see, Jeannie didn't want to have kids, and Freddie had a change of heart. He wanted to become a dad. It's one of those big life decisions that can lead to some serious clashes in a marriage. Jeannie sort of hinted that Freddie might have been unfaithful, although she didn't come right out and say it. However, here's where things get interesting. Her ex, Freddie, spilled the beans and revealed that he had gotten another woman pregnant just a few weeks after he and Jeannie split. So yeah, it does seem like he cheated on her, which is always a tough blow to any relationship. After that roller coaster of a marriage, Jeannie Mai was dead set against the idea of getting hitched again. She made a vow that she would never walk down the aisle because her first marriage left her with a sour taste in her mouth. She was adamant that nothing and no one could change her mind. Well, that was until she crossed paths with Jeezy, the dope boy. It was a classic case of love at first sight. From the moment they met, sparks flew, and they felt an instant connection. Jeannie has even gone on record saying that she knew right away that she and Jeezy were meant to be.
I really got to know him off of just our first date. Let me tell you about this, because we're grown. We're in our 40s. And what I think is that God somehow managed our timing so that we spent time after our long-term relationships. We both came from 10-year relationships. And we really worked on ourselves to really understand what healthy love is like.
Jeezy wasted no time at all. As soon as he met Jeannie, he was making his moves. They didn't dilly-dally or play it cool. They went all in. Their first date happened just a few days after they initially crossed paths. And let me tell you, the date was no ordinary dinner and a movie. Nope, it lasted a whopping 8 hours. Why? Because they had this incredible connection, and neither of them wanted the day to end. Sparks were flying, and they were making the most of every moment. It's like something out of a romantic movie, right? Before they ended their first date, something sweet and rather extraordinary happened to Jeannie, and that even played a significant role in paving the way to their relationship.
He looks at me, he goes, "Can I give you a homework assignment?" And I go, "Why? Because I'm an Asian?" And he's like, "No, I want you to think about the last 8 hours we just spent together. And think about, what do you envision us doing together? What do you picture me being in your life? If this matches my notes, I will pursue you."
Things moved quickly for them, and in less than 2 years, Jeezy proposed to her. She said yes, despite her previous convictions against marriage. Their wedding in 2021 marked the first time Jeannie broke her personal vow. During their marriage, Jeezy managed to convince her to have kids, which was a big step considering her earlier stance. They welcomed their beautiful daughter, Monaco, in January 2022. Now, here's where things take a twist. People started warning Jeannie to watch her back when it came to Jeezy. Why? Well, it turns out Jeezy had a rocky history with his other baby mamas. He had 3 kids before getting together with Jeannie, and his relationships with his exes were far from friendly. There had been drama about child support payments, and he'd even called them broke in the past. But Jeannie, with all her grace, wasn't having any of that drama. She made it clear that she was open to having more kids and was ready to face whatever challenges came her way.
It's just everybody. So I'm thinking you might want to add a sibling to the family. Are you looking at that? This is like the time. You thinking about it?
And I love being parents with Jeezy. He's such a good dad. And you know, he has 2 other children, so together we're a huge family already.
But it turns out that things weren't as rosy as they seemed. Jeezy blindsided Jeannie with divorce papers last week, leaving her and fans in shock. Just a week before that, Jeannie had posted a sweet message congratulating him on the success of his new book. It was clear that she had no idea he was planning to divorce her. Court documents revealed that Jeezy had initiated the divorce process back in June, even getting it signed and notarized, all while they attended events and went on dates together. This revelation shocked fans even more, as it seemed like he had hidden this big secret from Jeannie. Jeannie didn't take this lying down. She accused Jeezy of using her all these years and felt betrayed. According to insiders, she's determined to expose him for who she believes he really is. But Jeezy isn't staying quiet either. He's firing back, claiming that he filed for divorce because he discovered that Jeannie was cheating on him with her co-host, Mario Lopez. Reports suggest that he found flirty text messages between them. This affair wasn't entirely surprising to some fans who had noticed flirty energy between Jeannie and Mario in the past. Things got even more complicated when an old video of Jeannie fantasizing black men resurfaced, where she mentioned preferring white men. This seemed contradictory, considering she's married to a black man. All of this added more weight to the rumors of her cheating with Mario.
You dated black guys.
Loved black guys. Yeah, I did. But for me, dark meat on the side, white keeps me mean and lean. You know, that's why I married white.
In the midst of this whirlwind of drama surrounding Jeezy and Jeannie Mai's divorce, there is still no official statement to provide clarity on the situation. Despite the lack of concrete information, a significant number of fans have rallied around Jeannie, acknowledging and appreciating all that she has done for Jeezy throughout their relationship. Jeannie is going through a roller coaster of emotions right now. She feels a deep sense of hurt and betrayal, which is perfectly understandable given the circumstances. It's not easy to find out that someone you've been with for a long time may have been hiding things from you. She's grappling with the unsettling feeling that she doesn't really know who Jeezy is anymore. and that can be incredibly disheartening. Adding to her sense of betrayal is the fact that Jeezy seemingly talked her into having children when it was clear that she initially didn't want to. For someone who had sworn off marriage and was determined to stick to her convictions after a challenging first marriage, this feels like a double betrayal. It's as if her trust was broken not once but twice, and she's understandably furious. So what do you make of this tumultuous situation? Do you believe Jeannie's side of the story, or do you think there's more to it? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. While we eagerly await further updates on this unfolding saga, stay tuned for our upcoming video where we'll dive into even more shocking Hollywood drama.